Hey everyone. So, as you can see, oh, I was doing my laundry and yeah, so anyway, just wanted to bring in this one. I've done a video on pretty much most of my guns. I haven't done one on my Glock, and I haven't done one on my my soon to be new AR-15. I basically I had one. I want to get something a little bit. I'm getting a new lower for that one, just better make basically. So it's kind of done. The upper's done, just the lower's not. You know, it, that's the best way to put it. Anyway, this one, however, I got the upper here is from Ceratak. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Ceratak. I'm not quite sure. This lower here is actually a Stag Arms one. Great company. I've pretty much, I think I only had like 2 jams in the. Ooh, I think I've had this gun for 7 or so years. I admit I haven't used it that much, but I think when the first time I used it, brand new to using guns, where I was still chicken winging it, like I got my I'm like here we go, you know what I mean? So yeah, uh, I just you know what I mean. So like, I don't doubt there was a mess up on my part, and I'm not saying this thing's flawless. I'm just simply saying I'm not doubting that either that I helped. Anyway, so these are some aftermarket sights. Luckily for me, someone I know um, actually has the bore sight. So they were to put the bore sight in and basically like the little thing here to adjust the sights for me. And I think you have to at least adjust the back one. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to have it. So this is done for me. Um, ooh, uh, okay, sorry, yeah. I put a rubber butt pad on the back for several reasons. One, rubber just kind of naturally helps grip. These ridges here are going to help grip. Two, it reduces recoil. And before someone gives me crap like, "Oh, it's an AR-15. What are you, a girl?" Blah 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 blah. Like this gun is not my main AR. The one I'm working on, will be my main. That one has a forward grip with a bipod. It has a scope. It has a nickel plated bolt extractor. It's more customized. Even the guard here actually has. Just gonna be like it's come and take it, I believe. Me and my brother ordered some. We were kind of debating on which ones to get. We want something similar, obviously, but not exactly the same because be able to tell them apart if we go to the range and all that. Or someone's like, oh, blah, like why, or like what do you mean tell them apart? Why? Like we don't live together. We go to the range whenever we can, the few times we can. Anyway, it reduces the recoil. It and if your life's on the line, you're sitting here, and I've seen videos of people talk about how comfort surprisingly is something that's important even in a firefight and when you're shooting because I guess just that high stress, it just helps you, I guess, from mentally having that freak out. I don't quite know. It was like 1 or 2 videos I've seen talking about it from people who've seen combat. So anyway, you're sitting there, you can dig it in. It's gonna have that grip, and if you think about it, it also makes sense as to one of the ways I was thinking about it was it's like 20% recoil reduction. If there's a 20% recoil reduction on a lightweight or something with doesn't have a lot of kick, my group is going to be tighter. As in, I'm going to be able to hit my target. Whatever is threatening me is going to have more of a chance of being hit. Hopefully, you know. So it just helps out with just tighter grouping. You want to keep your shots straight. You want to your life is going to be on the line. So obviously, I want to give myself whatever little edge I can. And the thing that gets me why I'm kind of going with that is because, or ragging on that one, or annoyed by it is because no one's gonna give me shit for this. This right here, no one's gonna care. Even the other one, the one you like the regular four grips you can just grab. No one cares. It's like, oh yeah, it helps you, it helps you, it helps get, better grip to hold to reduce the recoil and blah blah blah. Okay, so if I have this to help, so I can get reduced recoil. I have this thing to help reduce the recoil. I have a gun that doesn't have a lot of kick to reduce the recoil. That's gonna help me out a lot more. That you, not you, or sorry, it's like I'm talking to a person. Someone I've never met calling me a pussy for using something to help reduce the recoil isn't gonna matter when my life is on the line. It's not gonna matter when your life is on the line. And let's pretend I am. Okay, fine. Oh, pussy, blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, if you're the threat, or that there's a threat, I shouldn't say you. You know what I mean? If there's a threat calling me a pussy for that, I'm being shot at. They're sitting there calling me this. If I win that fight, then they got killed by a pussy. What the hell does that make them? And I mean, if I don't make it, well, I guess I got taught my lesson. You know what I mean? I don't know how to put it other than that. Like, I'm not going to be able to argue it. That's for sure. I did put a thing here for the 1 point sling because this was going to be more kind of like, I guess you would say CQB, a close quarters battle. As for my other one, it's going to have it anyway just because. But like I think I already said, it has a scope, the forward grip with the bipod, and the butt pad is going to have uh, a rubber butt pad is going to have something to help reduce that recoil. I mean, it's again, if when your life's on the line, who cares what someone thinks? The thing that matters is, are you going to be alive? Best way to put it. Oh, other thing, and like it's another thing. Also, just goes along with it. The AR-15 is known for being like polymer mags. Always one thing. This is like a cheap mag I got. I forgot where, but I always want to check that. If this right here bends forward like that, if you can, at least I would suggest that you get one that when you press down on that part, even the back part goes straight down. And that just helps you when you're feeding your rounds, whenever you're going to load it. Polymer ones actually cost less than the metal ones. I think the metal ones are like $30. These are like 10 to 12. So, and then even the high end ones, you're going to hit like $15. And the high end ones are obviously you're not going to rust on you really. They're less susceptible to cold weather because, semi-autos do jam. There's I think it was on the History Channel where they had like that everyday guy versus actual military forces, or no, I think it was like army versus Marines or something like that. I forget. They put the guy in the snowy mountains. The guy they had like paintball guns, but it was like actual guns modified to be paintball guns basically. And he was gonna try and shoot one of them, and the gun jammed. And even they were like, one of the guys was like, "I got lucky that gun jammed." He was like, "I'm not," because they were interviewing him. Like, they was like, "I'm not criticizing. Like, that could have just as easily happened to me. Cold weather just does that. Bolt actions, you don't have to worry about that. This right here just it helps from like the whole thing tensing up or whatever. I don't quite know what happens. To where the next round's able to feed easier. This just depends on what your weather where you are. You're somewhere with a lot of snow, might want to take that into account. It's not completely done. I do want to put a red dot sight here. There was kind of one, did not stay, but it was just not a very good one. You can look, it just moved super whack. It just wouldn't really stick, or it didn't. It wasn't doing what it's supposed to do. It just came off alignment real easy. And I was given the laser light by my brother. I don't really want the laser light, and and if you see this, I'm sorry. I know you took the time to sight it in, but this is like I thought I told you anyway. This is to be more for close quarters. More of like, I guess, yeah, I'll say close quarters. So I'd rather just put a flashlight. And this one's definitely going to have the 1 point sling. My other one, I'm a little bit more lenient on as to where I'm still in that debate of 1 point or just the sling that it has already on it. I think that's about it that I can think of. Stag arms, stare attack. Oh, another thing me and him tend to do is we put copper grease in here, and then there's I forget the material. He bought it. He used it on it for me, and it's just some thing that you spray on there to keep your gun from to keep the aluminum parts from basically overheating and melting out. Because after over years and years and years, supposedly some people talk about how the aluminum parts, the small parts, get hot and then kind of fuse again into the rifle. So obviously you don't want that to happen. This spray, this material you just put on there keeps that from happening. And I'll have to post a link where you can buy it. Oh, I should say this right here. It makes me want to change the grip because I've used these before. Not this rifle, but this grip. And as weird as it sounds, when you're doing that and you're shooting, this part right here just kind of gets part of your fingers just tender. You wouldn't think it at first, but just best way to put it is go grab a pencil and just kind of grip it with your fingers. Just hold it, and then do that for like 5 minutes. And I mean, actually, like, kind of put some pressure. Don't just don't just like that. Yeah, I'm that smart. You know what I mean? Don't just simple like put on some pressure. And the reason why I'm saying put some pressure is because it's still a gun. It's still gonna have recoil. It's still gonna be a kick. So just imagine doing that, going through a couple hundred rounds, and you got something it's not giving, moving around in between your fingers while you're trying to hold this thing tight against you to reduce that recoil. It's gonna get your knuckles there pretty pretty tender. And the reason why the AR-15, like I said here, is lightweight. Tire gun's lightweight. I can hand this thing to my sister. I can hand it to my sister-in-law. I can hand it to a cousin. I can hand it to whoever I might be going out with. Here you go. It's a lightweight gun. She'd be able to run with it. Someone who's never used a gun. I mean, and there's videos of like 10-year-olds being able to use these things, which is so funny when people talk about how, these guns are so powerful. Like, no. I think there's a video of a 7-year-old girl who uses one of these. So no, there's not a lot of kick. They're not powerful guns. They get the job done, but I by no means would call them powerful. Let's see. Oh, another thing I like about these, I should say, some of the like customs I like about this is here for the railing. Put whatever you want. Same thing. There's two here. They're separated instead of just one big one. Put what you want here. I got my vertical grip because, like I said, the other one has the forward grip. Just want to keep this one a little mixed up. Then the other one you can attach whatever. In this case right now, a laser light. I want a flashlight, but we'll see. And let's just also kind of keep it more apart from my other one. Just even though it's the same thing, give it a bit more of a different purpose. And change up the look too, just because, it's just, I don't know how to put it, I guess. Something nice, you know what I mean? It's like, what suit do you want to wear today? Best way to put it, I guess. Anyway, yeah. Oh, ammo is extremely abundant. I mean, if you remember the whole gun scares and all that, every time there's a gun scare, the one that disappears the most is this one. And you're probably thinking, well, how does that mean the ammo is abundant? Well, let's pretend it is some kind of, let's say, Fallout situation. I'm hoping most people have played Fallout. If not, just WROL should hit the fans kind of situation. You're going to have more of a chance of being able to find ammo to barter something for ammo for this. The AK would basically be the second. It's like the second highest used gun. So either one's a good way, but definitely this one. So this would tell me that there's more people with this gun. So parts are going to be more abundant, ammo's going to be more abundant. The gun itself, if something happens to yours, you have a higher chance of being able to find one than you would obviously something like I don't know actually. Let's say AR-10. I'm not saying those are bad guns. I'm just simply saying there's not a lot of people with them. So I have people like the little PS90s. Yeah, they're cool. I'd buy one if I could. But how many people do you see go at the range with one of those? I'm not bashing anyone's taste. It's just survival, your life on the line. Go with something that's lightweight that anyone can use, even if they haven't really practiced with it. And it's going to be abundant in pretty much every way you might need. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I just wanted to kind of talk about this real quick. Because in all honesty, I had a different video planned, and I thought, you know what, I got it here. I pretty much just got it because this came in and got cited in and all that. So I thought, okay, before I toss that one up, I'm going to do this video. Yeah, I don't know a lot about it. I mean, it looks, in all honesty, I thought Ceratec did a great job. This thing looks really nice. I guess just the vents to keep it from getting too hot, but yet I'm not going to burn myself when I grab it. Although I'm pretty sure I would anyway, just because metal. But I don't know yet. I haven't used this one, so I don't know how hot it's going to get. I just want the red dot sight. Yeah. I think I said I had to do this video like a few times. I'm sorry, but anyway, people file this down that I've seen. Some people, just that way it's a smooth thing and it's just more comfortable when they grab it. That's up to you. If you don't ever plan on selling yours, if you don't think you ever need to sell it, if you're okay on money, basically, go for it. Because if you do, even though that's filed and it's something for the better, it's still going to reduce the price. Yeah, that's actually, you know what? I see this part right here for a sling, but I don't see anything to attach the front part of it. So I think this is going to have a 1-point sling. Interesting. Okay. I honestly didn't notice that. Other than that, oh, and it is chambered in a 223 Wylde. I don't quite know what the hell. I've heard that it can take the 223 can handle the obviously 223, the 5.56, and the 223 Wylde. I don't know. I've seen some that are chambered in 556 and they can handle the 223. For anyone who doesn't know, yes, there is a difference. Go look up videos of people pulling the bullets, and you'll see the 556 actually has stronger gunpowder. And there's even some other guy who does a video saying that trying to prove it's the same thing because it's coming out of the same gun. He just puts it in, shoots it. But if you listen, you can hear the 556 is actually louder. It's just there's an obvious sound difference in the two. And maybe he didn't notice shooting, but I sure as hell heard it listening. Anyway, I'm sorry. I know I made this kind of long. So I'll see you guys. Y'all take care. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all next time. And sadly, the next video is only going to really pertain to people in my state. But I obviously invite anyone to watch it. I hope everyone enjoys, at least in my what I had to say there. Anyway, you guys take care.